how can your WMS flex when you're growing your business? Here to talk about that today is Chris Oin, Vice President of Solutions Consulting at Sofon. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
So Chris, tell me, what's needed when you're onboarding extra capacity and maybe adding a new facility or location in terms of WMS deployment?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that a sophisticated WMS has a great deal of configurability, flexibility in the solution. You need to be able to support different types of products, different channels, different customers. And when you are expanding maybe your 3PL and you're adding a new client in your building, you don't want to have to start from scratch when you are onboarding that customer. You want to quickly be able to get them up and running and not have to reconfigure the entire application. So one of the things that our solution offers is a configurator or configuration tool that allows you to copy existing configurations and only tweak or change the things that are different about that customer. Similarly, if you were expanding your network and opening a new warehouse, there might be certain configurations such as how do you want to handle over-receiving or how do you want to cycle count that are going to be exactly the same from one building to the next. The locations, the location names, the aisles, etc., that may all be different. So this tool allows you to pick and choose. I can copy what's going to be the same and I can recreate or start from scratch only on the things that are going to be different. So it's all about how quickly can I expand either within an existing building or as you add additional facilities.
So Chris, I think you have a term, templatizing. Yeah. Can you explain to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's really building upon what I was just describing, where I can have a template that maybe is the foundation for my network. Maybe initially when I go live with the WMS, I have, say, 2 facilities, and I develop a global template that those facilities have in common, and then I just layer on top of that what might be unique or different for each building. So as I expand my network and maybe add a 3rd facility or a 4th facility, I can start with one of those templates and then again only have to configure or set up what's unique about that additional building.
So Chris, let's talk a little bit about micro-fulfillment centers. What's the best way to set up a store so that you've got the most flexibility and the most WMS sophistication in that?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think the key is you can't take a one-size-fits-all approach. If we're talking about stores, as consumers, we go into some stores that are quite small, and then we may go into ones that look like mini warehouses, depending on the type of retailer that they are. So trying to understand how much sophistication you want within the store. So for example, are you going to track inventory at the shelf level, or only in the back room if there is a back room? And if you're tracking both, then maybe you need replenishment from the back room to the store floor. Some stores might need that, others might not. How are you going to do picking? Are you going to actually, when one of your associates goes out to pick and fulfill an order, are they going to use a handheld device to do so, or are they just going to use maybe a piece of paper or a label? And so that's going to impact then how we decrement inventory if in fact we're tracking inventory at the shelf level. Do we need an integration with the point of sale system in order to be able to do that decrement of inventory? And so I think the key is having a lot of flexibility in the system. Mm-hmm. And again, going back to the previous question, it might be a template that we use and we can copy existing configurations. We can tailor it down to specifically what a store needs and not overcomplicate the process, but make sure we're driving value in that fulfillment center.
Great. This is all great stuff. Thank you.
Sure.
Now, could you tell us a little bit about Sofon?
Absolutely. So at Sofon, we are focused primarily on the distribution center. We are our flagship product is a warehouse management system, but we also have advanced warehouse execution system capabilities as well. The buzzword that a lot of people are using these days, WES. We also have a distributed order management module that sits on top of the network if appropriate. So if our customers need to be able to make sourcing decisions, again, what fulfillment center to fulfill an order from, whether or not to ship out of the stores if it's a retailer and stores are in play. And so those are our flagship products. We pride ourselves on having tier 1 capabilities. but more of a small company and culture and feel where we're giving personalized attention to our every implementation, every install that you might not get from some of the big tier one vendors. So we really think we're the best of both worlds. We've got sophisticated tier one capabilities, but more of a small culture and feel, and can give customer satisfaction is key to us. And so that's really what we feel like we bring to the table.
Great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I've been talking with Chris Oin from Sofon. Thank you for watching.